This morning I'm excited, a bit nervous. I was called by the king, the NaYiri, the overlord of Mamprugu, to come and snap his official portrait for the Damba Festival, which is coming up in about 2 weeks. So I'm headed to the palace now. I'm hoping I can do a portrait with my digital cameras, of course, but I brought my special, almost 100-year-old camera to shoot a film shot of him. And if I have the time, I'm gonna try to do it. Alright, coming into the palace. Gotta take my shoes off. Photo shoot's over, and they gave me a guinea fowl and some yams as payment. When was the last time you were paid for a photo job with a guinea fowl and some yams? So overall, the digital camera part of shooting the king went really well. That I know like the back of my hand, but I got nervous with the old-timey camera, so I don't know if my shots are gonna turn out. I just felt like I was shooting in the dark. We'll see. This is my temporary darkroom setup. And it's a closet that has a water heater in it because you need cooler temperatures, and here in West Africa, I don't have AC and I don't have cool temperatures, so I've got some ice blocks that I'll put on my developer and stop bath and fixer to keep them cool. So I don't want to ruin my nice photos of the king of Mamprugu if this whole temperature thing doesn't work out, so I did a test shot in the backyard, and I'll develop that one first. And if that works out, then I'll do the chief's photos. It's very contrasty, black blacks and white whites. This is a negative, of course, so it'll be flipped. But I think I'm happy with this, and I'm ready to try the king's photos and see how they turn out. So here we go. Just finished developing the first reverse negative print of the NaYiri. The exposure looks pretty good, but as I looked at it closely, I think he moved. I was doing a 2-second shot, and I think he shifted because his whole outfit is blurry. Got my second image now. Rinsing it after running through the fixer, and man, it looks good. He appears very still. He didn't blur. Yeah, I think this might be the one. One little cheat that I do to get a preview of what my photo is going to look like is I'll take a picture of it with my phone, and I will desaturate the image. Here I'm using the app Snapseed. It's an old Google photo editing app, I believe. So I desaturate it, and then I'll go into the curves tool, and by using the curves, I can actually invert the image. So that negative I can now see and kind of get an idea of what my negative photo is going to end up looking like, and see the before and after. So it's quite a handy little tool for doing that. I'm going to walk you through the process of how I take my negative print and then make a positive print. So imagine this is an unexposed piece of film, right? I set it here, and then I take the negative and lay it on top. Got that negative laid face down on top of the unexposed film. I put a piece of glass over top, and then I take my camera flash, and I do all this in the dark, but I'll hold it up at a certain distance at a certain setting, and I'll pop the flash. Then after I've popped the flash, again, doing all this in the dark, I'll remove the negative and take that now exposed piece of paper and develop it. What happens is the light comes through the negative and exposes the positive. So there's the original negative print, and here's the one I just made, and it's looking pretty good. It's still in the fixer. I won't know until I get out of this dim light into a darker room, but I'm pretty happy with the way it looks so far. Amazing. Here's my high-tech drying rig. I am pumped that on my first try, that rarely happens, my first print turned out great. So I'll let this dry overnight, then I'll scan it in the morning. You guys can see the final thing.